Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my most anticipated book releases for 2023. So all the books that I'm excited to read next year, if I actually read them next year. I was thinking I could do a video next year or a vlog where I react to this video and then see how many of the books I actually read, and then I could read the books that I didn't end up reading in the new year. I don't know, we'll see if that actually happens. It was just an idea I had in the back of my mind. But yeah, I thought today I would sit down and go through all the books that are coming out next year that I'm excited for, and I don't know how to structure this video. I think when I've done this video in previous years, I've structured it either based on release date or by genre. I don't know what to do. I think what I'm going to do is just get up Goodreads and decide then. I don't want to go through all the books that I've saved on Goodreads because I think that would take a while. I might try and do like a top 10, but then there might be more than 10 that I want to talk about in this video. Basically, I have decided to spontaneously film tonight with no plan. So if this video is a bit of a mess and it's a bit chaotic, then that is why. So I think I am going to start by going through some books based on genre, and I'm going to start with the romances because I've realised there's a lot of romances on my radar for next year, and a lot of them are written by authors that I've read from before, so there's a good chance that I'm going to really enjoy them. But the first book that comes out on the 3rd of January is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I don't know why I always struggle to say that title. I think it's because there's a lot of syllables. But this is a YA romance, which I don't read that often, but it's Talia Hibbert, and I loved the Brown Sisters series by Talia Hibbert, so I am definitely interested in this. From what I gather, this follows a main character called Celine, who used to be best friends with Bradley. However, when they got to high school, he got popular and she didn't, and so they don't really talk anymore. They're ex-best friends. However, they go on this survival course in the woods, and they're forced to work together to win this prize. And yeah, it just sounds really cute. I love Talia Hibbert books, so I am excited to give this one a go, even though I don't read YA romance that much. Looks like it's got a few reviews already from people who have read ARCs, and they seem quite positive as well, which is always good to know. The next book on my list that comes out on the 18th of April is The Fiancée Farce by Alexandria Bellefleur. So Alexandria Bellefleur wrote the Written in the Star series, which I did really enjoy, and this sounds really fun. It says here that it's a steamy sapphic rom-com about a quiet bookseller and a romance novel cover model who agree to a modern day marriage of convenience. So yeah, sounds like it could be fun. I haven't read many books that have the marriage of convenience trope, but I do really like fake dating as a trope, and I feel like they're quite similar. It does say here that they have to try and convince people that they're in a love match, and then unexpected sparks start to fly. So yeah, really excited for this one. Emily Henry also has a new book that's coming out next year. It comes out on the 25th of April. It's called Happy Place, and it's a second chance romance, which makes me feel a little bit nervous because I don't tend to have much luck with second chance romances, but I do really like Emily Henry's writing, so I'm still willing to give it a go. I might wait until some reviews have come out for this one to decide whether I do want to read it, because yeah, I don't tend to like second chance romances, and even the plot for this makes me feel nervous because it's about these two people, Harriet and Wynne, who have been the perfect couple since they met in college. However, they broke up, I think, around 6 months ago, and they still haven't told their best friends, but their annual week-long vacation is coming up. So apparently every year they go on this holiday with their best friends, and they've decided to pretend to still be together, I think, for this weekend. I don't like the idea of main characters lying, especially when it's characters lying to people who are meant to be their friends. I have liked all of the books that I've read so far by Emily Henry. So yeah, I'm scared of this one, but I think I probably will still give it a go because I really like the cover as well. I like how it's very bright pink. The final romance that I wanted to talk about was Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. This comes out on the 13th of June, and again, I'm a little unsure about this one because I loved The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, but I did not enjoy Love on the Brain. I read it quite recently and it was still compulsively readable, but I didn't like the actual romance. So I'm hoping that this new book is gonna be different, because the problem that I've had with Ali Hazelwood's books so far is that the main characters really frustrate me because they won't communicate, and I don't like it when the plot relies too heavily on miscommunication because I just want to shape the characters and make them talk to each other. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one. It's another STEM romance. It follows a main character called Elise, who's a theoretical physicist, and alongside this she also has this side job as a fake girlfriend. So apparently she's a people pleaser, and because of this skill she has clients that she pretends to be their girlfriend for, and apparently everything comes crashing down when she meets a guy called Jack, who's the annoyingly attractive and broody older brother of her favourite client, who also turns out to be a guy that she has to work with. I'm really hoping that this is going to be more like The Love Hypothesis than Love on the Brain, because it's got fake dating and I really liked the fake dating in The Love Hypothesis, so we'll see what I think of this, but I am still excited for it. Okay, so those are all the romances that I'm looking forward to in 2023. I say all the romances, those are some of the romances that I'm excited for next year, and I'm now going to go through some of the thrillers that are on my radar, starting with Those People Next Door by Kia Abdullah, which comes out on the 19th of January, and this sounds really unique. I have read a few of Kia Abdullah's other books. I think I've actually read all of the books that she has out. This sounds quite different though, because all of her other books have been courtroom thrillers, whereas this sounds difficult to explain. It basically follows a main character called Salma, who's just moved into this new house with her husband and her family. It says that they're desperate for a fresh start, and Blenheim feels like the perfect place to make that happen. However, not long after they move in, Salma spots one of her neighbours ripping out the anti-racist banner that she's put up in her front garden, and she chooses not to confront him because she doesn't want to make a fuss after they've just moved in. So she puts it in her window instead. However, the next morning she finds her window smeared with paint, and yeah, it sounds like things start to escalate from there, and it sounds like it's going to be really tense and gripping. The idea of a thriller that's set around nightmare neighbours, or it does sound like it's going to be a really good one. Now, the next book on my list is The Only One Left by Riley Sager, which comes out on the 20th of June. And I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, Sam, why is this on your list? You hated the last book that you read by Riley Sager. And it's true, I did not enjoy The Last House, no, that's not what it's called, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It's one of my least favourite books of this year. However, I have enjoyed some Riley Sager books. So I wanted to put it on my list anyway, because let's be honest, I'm probably going to read it. This is set in 1983, and it follows a woman who starts working at this care home, and one of her patients is a woman who was accused of a massacre decades earlier, and I think the secrets start to come to light. I don't know, if there's one thing I can rely on Riley Sager for, it's delivering a twist that I don't see coming. So, I mean, hopefully this surprises me for the right reasons. Okay, so finally I wanted to go through some fantasy books that I'm really excited for. Most of these are sequels, to be fair, but there's one which I think this is a new series. I need to double check, but it's The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi. All I need to know is that this is written by S.A. Chakraborty, who wrote the David trilogy, one of my all-time favourite fantasy series, and I know that this is a pirate fantasy. The cover is also absolutely stunning. I have ordered the Waterstones special edition, which comes with stenciled edges, I think, and I'm so excited for this. This is one of those books where as soon as it arrives, I'm going to be dropping everything to read it. Another fantasy standalone that's on my list is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune, which comes out on the 25th of April, and this sounds like it's going to be another found family story. I think it's about robots and it's set in a peculiar forest. I really enjoyed Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I liked The House in the Cerulean Sea. I didn't love it as much as I was expecting, so I'm hoping to like this one. It sounds really cozy anyway, and I need more cozy fantasy in my life. Next on my list is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, which is the second book in the Alex Stern series. This comes out on the 10th of January, and I would like to reread Ninth House before I read this because the magic system is quite complicated and I'm worried that I've forgotten a lot of it because I read Ninth House I think 2 years ago now. It follows a main character called Alex Stern and it's set at Yale University, where there's all of these secret societies that use different types of magic, and there's also ghosts. So the main character Alex can see ghosts, and that's why she's been recruited to come to Yale, because this power that she has is really helpful to these secret societies. That's all I'm going to say because obviously I don't want to give too much away and spoil anything, but I am excited for Hellbent. The only thing is I do not like the cover. When I first saw it, my reaction was, okay. I thought, yeah, that's an interesting choice, and the more I look at it, the more I really don't like it. So I'm probably going to read this on my Kindle. I haven't pre-ordered it or anything, but I read Ninth House through my library anyway, I think, so I might do that again when I reread it, and then yeah, just read Hellbent on my Kindle. The final sequel that's on my list is The Bone Shard War by Andrea Stewart, which is the third and I think final book in the Drowning Empire series. So this comes out on the 18th of April, and I'm really interested to see how this series ends because I really liked book 1 in the series and I liked book 2, but also I felt like it struggled a little bit with middle book syndrome. So it's going to be interesting to see how this ends. If you like fantasy that has really interesting world building and that has a really unique magic system, then I'd really recommend this series. The magic system is all to do with creating these animal-like constructs out of bone shards. It's really interesting and I really like the writing. It's quite easy to follow for adult fantasy, and there's some interesting politics in it as well. I'm really enjoying this series and I'm hoping that it has a satisfying ending. So I think those are all the books that I wanted to talk about in this video. Well, I'm willing to bet that I've probably missed a few, but let me know in the comments if you're also excited for any of these books or if there are any books that I haven't mentioned that are on your radar. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and click subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, and I will see you next time. Bye.